All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Cool. All right, with, I guess, first ever podcast episode 1, Console Command. Thank Matt for the nice title. Unfortunately, he's not here. Got Bane.
Uh,
Got some Kyler in here.
Hello.
And then myself, Kyle, obviously, without the R. Kyler and Kyle. First, um, you guys have played Destiny, I'm sure, right?
yes.
Okay. You guys know of the big update coming up with the nerfed guns
Yeah,
and
isn't the
Taken King.
no, that's the DLC coming out, Kyler, like in October, I think.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I know the Thorn is being fixed. Do you guys care about that?
No, I don't have the Thorn. I get killed by it a lot though.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I don't have the Thorn either, so it only benefits me.
Yeah, or I know the Icebreaker. Um, for those who don't know, that's pretty much a sniper that regenerates ammo over time. So you camp in the back and kill bosses over and over again. I think it used to take 5 seconds to regenerate. Now it's only 8 seconds.
So that gets nerfed too.
Yeah, so now really it takes 48 seconds to regenerate a full clip. I think
Full clip, yeah.
Bungie was kind of annoyed with people just sitting in the back of the map, getting free ammo.
Isn't the Gjallarhorn getting nerfed too?
Yeah, the rocket launcher, which I've seen YouTube videos of kids getting the Gjallarhorn. They just freak out over it. It's pretty much. I mean, it's a.
Well, it makes it really easy to beat like the hard bosses for the raids and stuff. That's
Yeah.
why it's getting nerfed.
It's just a nuke, which turns into little tiny nukes, and I think they're cutting that in half. Because also I know that people didn't even want to play with those who didn't even have it. Like if you go to like the LFG websites looking for a group, they're like, "Oh, please have Gjallarhorn."
Yeah, I was gonna play with a friend of a friend, and he wouldn't play with me because I didn't have the Gjallarhorn. I thought it was kind of funny. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this raid. Do you have the Gjallarhorn, right?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, I guess we're not gonna do it." And I was like, "Ah,
Yeah.
you're cool."
I mean, I
Is
think
anything
it's
getting upgraded?
upgraded. I know
Yeah.
I mean, the auto rifles are, but he releases those.
Yeah, weren't the auto rifles kind of irrelevant in PvP?
Yeah.
I think I got nerfed.
Pretty much hand
before.
cannon.
Yeah, it's pretty much things are just going away.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Gjallarhorn, I mean, it doesn't make it as special now. I kind of like having the crazy OP gun, but
If anything, they should have just like made a gun that's equally as good. So there's like more of a chance for people that don't have the Gjallarhorn to get as good as a weapon.
right. But
What I'm confused with is how have they not implemented a system yet where if you do better, you get better loot? It's still random.
yeah,
Is that only frustrating to me, or?
I mean, I kind of like the idea of the whole random thing. You just never know what you're gonna get.
Right,
had-
but like, I mean, I get a 2 KD, and then another kid gets like a .5, and he'll get a legendary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was playing with Vane, the streamer, and I did horrible in the game. So like when I got back and playing PvE, and I got a nice legendary, and he did way better than me, and he didn't get anything.
Yeah, I mean, just bugs me. Like, I don't understand what the thought process was for it being completely random and not like. I mean, the people who put more time and effort into the game and it being better. I mean, sure, like the more time you play, you're going to get more motes of light, you're going to get more exotics. But I mean, like, if you have a good game, like an awesome game, and you're hype and you're feeling good, and then you go to the post game and you see the kid that was lowest on the team that you were backpacking gets an exotic, it's a little frustrating.
Yeah. It seems like. Oh, I know. When I look on Twitter, people are saying Bungie wants us to hate them. I know it reminds me of like when the DSR was nerfed in Black Ops 2.
Mondahar got death threats for that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was bizarre to me because he nerfed it, like 3 months before Ghost dropped, and it's like, why would you wait until last cycle? And then obviously he got all the death threats on Twitter. But I mean, they hated him. Like, kids actually hated him.
Yeah, but the key word in that is kids.
Also true. Yeah.
You gotta look at the community behind the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's different for each game, and so they're obviously going to react differently. I think a lot of Destiny's crowd is just slightly older.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because a lot of them came from playing Halo, from following Bungie.
Right.
I mean, that's a slightly older game. I mean, obviously they're still making it, but I'm talking about 2 and 3, Halo 2 and 3. And I just think it's a bit of a more mature crowd in a way.
Right.
Of course, Call of Duty has that stereotype of having mainly kids 13 and under.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, I know they have, I'm sure you guys know too, the Juggernog edition that you can pre-order, or you could have pre-ordered, not anymore, because they're all sold out. But is the Juggernog worth it? You get the mini fridge, holds up to 12-ounce cans. You get the coasters, season pass, some concept art, a new bonus map.
Camos, right?
But yeah, it's $200.
Right. Hold on. Let me look up the. You said it holds 12 cans, and then you
Yeah,
get
I have
a
the
bunch
link right
of.
here for you if you want to see it. It's but I mean, I know hardcore gamers, you buy all the map packs anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you spend $100 a year on just maps alone. So really, you're getting the fridge for $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that fridge is pretty cool.
It's a cool, not really one of a kind, but a limited edition fridge that is only $100, and other mini fridges around that are maybe not much
Plus
cheaper or more expensive.
The price will only go up on it, the demand.
I mean, on eBay, they have them listed for $400 or $500.
Yeah,
People are
already.
bidding on them.
That's
Yeah.
like the
You gotta imagine that'll only go up.
it's like the 20th anniversary PS4. They sell for $1,000 on eBay now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like previous versions of Call of Duty had Ghost had a little camera you can get. Modern Warfare had a helicopter or something, or a little RC car.
They've never had anything as cool as this for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just I've never bought into paying really more than $60 for a game. I don't think now for Halo 4, GameStop actually made a mistake and gave me the limited edition, even though I only pre-ordered the $60 regular edition. And I mean, of course, I'm not going to say anything, so I just walked out with that. But I mean, that's the only case where I've ever gotten the limited edition or upgraded version of anything. I've never. I don't know. I'm not hating on it, but it's never been for me personally.
Right. And I don't even think Advanced Warfare had anything, did they?
Yeah, they had. I have the Atlas Pro Edition or whatever it's called. They're just the Atlas Edition.
Right. What do you come with?
That
Pretty
game.
much, it's pretty much just the hardened edition, what that used to be. So it's just the Steelbook. It came with the Val AE and the Atlas 45 AE, the special looking Val. And
But no actual toy thing.
no,
This
Physical.
fridge, you can use it every day.
Right.
yeah,
So I think it's pretty cool.
I definitely think it is the coolest bonus I've ever seen. I mean, with Titanfall, one of my friends got the limited edition version of that, and he came with a 2-foot tall Titan And it was actually pretty cool, but I mean, it's going to sit on your shelf and not do anything. And I mean, the fridge is, I mean, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Plus, you can actually use it daily.
Right.
Mm.
I don't really know where I stand. I think it's definitely, if I were going to invest in like a special edition, this would probably be the one. But it's $200 is a lot of money.
Yeah. But then beta, PS4, August 19th. Do you think, us being Xbox people, do you think Treyarch betrayed Xbox? People saying Treyarch betrayed us, blah, blah, blah. They went to Sony.
Can't really hate on them.
That bother you guys?
No, they went where the money is. So
That's exactly what I was about to say. You can't really hate them. I mean, they're a business. They're a company. They made a business decision.
Right.
it's
I mean,
like
people
when
take it personally, but
It's like when people hate on YouTubers for saying good things about Call of Duty. It's like, how can you blame them? They're saying good things so they get paid. Like,
right. I mean, it's all
anybody would
about the
take
money.
that chance.
Yeah. Now, I know Treyarch is not making any, like, their own developing team is not making 360 or PS3 version of the game. Do you think more developers should do this and either not make it for the old generation consoles or sell it to some Chinese company to make the
I would,
games?
yeah, I mean, I would say it's about time to kill the old consoles. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been, what, 2 years now? 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it kind of holds
Yeah.
back the
does.
games now.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, the 360 came out in 2005. I think
Mhm.
people just need to move on.
Agreed. And I mean, even if it's like, I mean, I understand the argument, like, if you can't afford a new console or anything, and I mean, or if you just, if you have the money but just don't have the interest anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but don't expect the companies to keep catering to you.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
once they
it's
stop
been
making
10
the
years.
games, they start getting mad, but it's like, well, it's not their fault that you're not upgrading your system.
Right.
Because I know, I think Dragon Age, their DLC is for new gen only.
Yeah.
But,
I think what pissed me off the most was when they made Borderlands the pre-sequel only for Xbox 360. Now, given they've come out with the new whatever Handsome Jack collection,
right.
and it's got it on the Xbox One, but I mean that took like a full year. And for a while, the Xbox One was out, and they made a game exclusively for last gen console, and I that was just bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it
I
depends
do
on
think
how
it's
long
holding it back.
It depends on how long a game was in development too, before the system came out.
Oh, I know, but you got to imagine that the company knows that the new system is coming out. I mean, there were games at launch like within the first 6 months, and this was probably a year after, so they knew about. I mean, even before that, like the Xbox One was announced like a year before it came out, or even longer than that.
Mhm.
They had plenty of time. It was unacceptable to make a game exclusively for the last gen console a year after the new gen has come out, and like 2.5 years after the new gen had been announced.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of stuff that really gets to me. And I do think just making games like Destiny was made for Xbox One and 360, and obviously that's a marketing decision. I mean, you're gonna make more money that way, but I do think it holds it back.
Yeah. Now, as for competitive gaming, we obviously know enough about that. MLG and everything going on. We don't know for sure if it's going to PS4. Maybe, maybe not.
Well, that could be announced at Gamescom, because
Okay.
Gamescom for Treyarch, it's all about esports. So
Now,
You're saying it's potentially going exclusively PS4?
no, just
the
like
big events?
like MLG, like the
like,
The big events?
right.
yeah, like those would be played on PS4, which would not be that bad because Xbox has some trouble online anyways.
Mhm.
You
I know
watch
it's I know it's shallow, but at some point you got to consider the controller. I mean,
Yeah.
beyond everything else, like, how does that affect everyone? Like, even, I mean, especially the guys that are using, like, I don't know if it's still prevalent, but the claw and
Right.
things like that.
Yeah, I know Scump still plays Claw.
Yeah.
I'm not
And,
sure about everybody else.
speaking of these pro teams, Denial, Optic Phase, um, what, how do these guys get so good? How do they become pros?
These
Man.
guys who become pro at anything else, just hard work and dedication.
And another thing that I just found out that people don't really talk about is that I forget the guy's name. He's a CS:GO player. Admitted that at major tourneys, most players are always on Adderall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's the big thing. I was watching some CS:GO a live stream the other day, and the Twitch chat was just could not stop talking about Adderall,
Yeah.
and it was really confusing. But then I looked further into it, and I was like, huh.
When you watch the interviews, we get
Well,
the pupils dilated, and then a lot of times, these FPS shooters take Adderall, makes them, it seems like kind of go crazy in the booth.
More aware though.
well,
I don't know.
people's-
That's almost like steroids with
Or
like
gaming.
football or anything,
Yeah. Okay. So
like the equivalent.
a lot of the esports guys, I mean, it's in the name, electronic sports, they consider themselves athletes. And since they are these digital athletes, shouldn't they have drug testing? Just like regular mainstream athletes?
Yeah, because
That's an interesting topic. I say yes.
in Call of Duty it's starting to happen more. People are. I think Chino said that Crimsix takes Addy and does caffeine pills too.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty horrible considering their influence on little kids. If they take one and then, oh, this really helped me, or, maybe it's just a placebo in their mind, this really helped me perform well, I'm going to keep taking it, and then it's just not healthy.
That's an interesting topic. I've never thought about that, honestly.
I mean, I've downed like a monster before a game, and it gets you amped, but I don't think it's quite the same as taking Adderall.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree.
Mm.
Especially if you're not prescribed. I mean, if you're prescribed, I don't see a problem with it, but
Right. But I mean, for any drug, should there be drug testing for these professional athletes?
I'm gonna say yes.
Vane, any thoughts?
Yeah, they need it because, like, especially the younger players, it's an unfair advantage for like the AMs compared to the pros. 'Cause the pros are still, even without it, are decently good
Right.
compared to the AM players. Plus, if they're on Adderall too, it makes it even more unfair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not really unfair if they're better, just like in general, but like it's unfair that they're good and then like have Adderall on top of that.
Yeah. We're at about 20 minutes. I don't think this one's obviously going to go as long as we planned, just for being the first episode. I really only have one more thing to talk about, and I just saw in I think it was on Reddit a few days ago, but it's kind of a game changer. Vegas is now targeting their style towards gamers. They want video games that you can gamble on. You shoot stuff or fight things, and you win money.
an arcade.
It's pretty much just I'm not really sure exactly how it works. They haven't really said much about it, but I'm sure there's going to be some RGN, which is random, and
RNG.
yeah, RGN, I mean, and I don't know, they just want to target people who were raised on Xbox, PlayStation, or any
I mean,
mobile
that's just the
game
new
apps.
generation.
Mm-hmm. And I know that, I mean, do you think these pro teams can just go in there and clean out the casinos with these shooter games?
Probably, especially like Counter-Strike players.
Right.
They're pretty good at FPS.
I'm very curious about it. I mean, they say it's gambling, not winning, so. But I mean, the Vegas games are old. It kind of makes sense. Yeah. I mean, blackjack and poker around for decades. I mean, slot
you
machines.
You gotta accommodate to the new generation. I mean, what they're going to be interested in. So, I mean, if that's where they see the money coming, I mean, that's where they're going to go.
Yeah, I know game developers says new skill-based games could give a bottom-line boost to Nevada's casinos, which have seen gambling slumps from nearly $13 billion.
You gotta expect that Vegas is always going to play it so they have the upper hand in everything. So, I mean, there's no way it's completely skill-based.
Right.
Because it has to be quite a bit of randomness in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just got to expect that Vegas is going to be smart enough to keep it in their, like, the odds in their favor.
Right. Yeah, the house always wins.
Right.
That's all I got. Is there any gaming news that you guys know about that you want to talk about?
No.
No? All
Probably
right.
more around when Gamescom is over.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. It's kind of a drier time right now. We're coming up on the big game season, obviously the holidays, so it's gonna start happening quick. But right now, I mean, there's not too much going on.
You excited for any games coming out?
Black Ops, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
Does Rainbow Six Vegas, not Vegas, the Siege game come out this year?
Yeah, in October.
Halo 5 comes out in October, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Halo 5, for sure. Forgot about that, for sure. That's probably number 1 for me. And then Black Ops number 2, and I'm not even really sure what's number 3.
Well, you guys have what are your gaming plans for this weekend and for next week? For me, I'm just going to focus on Destiny, try to rank up as much as I can, play some strikes.
Sure.
What about you guys?
Probably play some Call of Duty, some PS4 games like Killzone, Destiny on there, since Scrappy has vacation.
Yeah. So I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I'm probably just I'm going to be grinding the Hearthstone on my iPad pretty much all week. I mean, I'm happy with. I'm fine with that. And then, I don't know, probably, a little bit of Destiny when I get back. So that's kind of what I'm into right now. Destiny, a little Elder Scrolls Online every once in a while.
Right.
That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And that's the end of this episode.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.